Okay, so we've got all the bits and pieces here. Got a loop of boundary wire, got the pegs and the little connectors, mallet and measuring tape. So first thing I'm going to do, here's my son who's helping me out today, is turn off the power for the boundary wire. And stop the mower before it tries to cross the boundary wire now that that's not powered anymore. Okay, so just to keep everything neat, my plan is to extend the boundary wire right from the source here. So I'm just going to take that wire out. Hi Finn. And extend it from here and put the connector block in here, so we'll have one continuous loop, but the extension will happen from here, so there won't be any chance of water getting in or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave myself just a little extra length there. And then we'll start pegging properly from here. So trying to kind of follow the guidance. Go for about 5 centimetres from the edge here, because it's a path that's lower than the edge of the grass. Yeah. Yeah, you gonna do it? Okay, well, I'll bring some more pegs. Okay, let's go along this way a little bit. Maybe about here. And then we'll do it together? No. Together. Yeah! Thank you. Next one.
No.
You do it yourself? Oh, well, knocked it over a little bit, so let's... There we go. Just gonna check here. Yeah. We're gonna measure, Finn?
No.
Ah. So we're quite lucky there. We don't really need to change the distance to avoid this decking. So we can just keep it quite close to the edge of the grass. And it shouldn't bump into the edge there. So, measuring tape in the watering can, clever. Okay, so for the fence, I'm going to make sure we are the full 30 centimetres away, just so it doesn't start banging into the fence, making a racket. So that's about there. Yeah, perfect-ish. Yeah, so this is one problem with buying just a short length of boundary wire, is that it doesn't come in a reel, and I'm starting to get it in knots, but it's not such a big deal, and I couldn't really justify a full installation kit for the sake of this little drying green area. So, might be being a wee bit optimistic, but I'm going to try and not mark these poles as obstacles. Just let the mower bump into them, and hopefully the advantage will be that it'll make it through this narrow gap here and it'll still be able to mow this area. Whereas I think if I put a boundary around that, this whole bit would be a bit tight for it. So fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. So although this is an edge where the grass is higher than the stones, I'm not going to risk it by putting it too close to this edge for now, because I don't want the mower falling off. Our grass here can be pretty wet, and I've had a couple of places where the mower has slipped off the edge of the lawn, so don't really want that to happen here. So we'll keep it quite far back from the edge. What have you found? Oh, you found a fly. Excellent. Well, let's put that on the ground. Yep, just leave it. Drop it. Ah, I don't want it. Yuck. Okay, so that's us looped around this bit of lawn. So now I'm going to just take the loop back down alongside the other one. Right, so the last job I've got to do here is really just route this cable along the edge, out of the way, where it won't interfere with the existing loop, and then back to the base station. So I'll get on with that just now. Okay, so I've got one of these little connectors now, quite nice. They're filled with gel, so hopefully they'll be resistant to the Scottish outdoors for a good few years to come. Just need to dive inside and get some snips to cut the wire. Okay, so what we've got here is the new loop and the original loop, which I've just taken out there. So my idea is to cut that back there, put the new loop into the mower. So I've got the new loop through there. Get that hooked on, and now I've got the original loop and the new one, and hopefully those will just post straight through there to the back. Same on the other side. Yeah, leave that alone. And maybe if I push this down, it'll make a contact right through, and then that can stay in there nice and safe, out of harm's way. Okay, so the moment of truth, I'll turn the loop back on, turn the power back on. Check down here, we've got a blue flashing light. I'm not sure what that means. So hi guys, we're back. Took a wee break there. When I connected it up, I was getting the blue flashing light, which means there's a break in the boundary wire, and that was caused by what I was trying to do was use these kind of official connectors to connect the two bits of wire together. Tried that several times, just wasn't working. So I was checking with the multimeter, trying all sorts of different things. Finally ended up just using a normal household terminal block. Now you obviously wouldn't want to use that in the grass. Yeah, thank you. But in this case, because it's kind of weather protected inside the housing here, we're all good. Just did a quick loop test now and we've got continuity, so I'm just going to poke that in there, seal these back up. Okay, put that in there out of the way of the weather, and then the moment of truth, so don't stick the power on. Alright, so we're hoping for a green light here instead of the scary flashing blue one. Let's see how we're doing. Green light, okay. Right, success. So let's get all the tools, baby's dummies, all that stuff out the way. Okay, press start. Main area for now. Close the hatch. Right, you come with me. We'll stay safe. Yeah! The main loop still works then. The main loop still works. So that's great news. Okay, so now for fun, why not? Let's do it. We'll stop it. We will move this stuff up here. Press start, and we're going to say it's a secondary area. And we'll just mow. We'll mow until the battery's empty. Why not? Okay, big moment. Yes, boundary wire works, and we've got a successful installation in a secondary area in about an hour and 10 minutes, including all that troubleshooting with the connectors. So pretty pleased with that. Finn, we're done. Happy? So pretty pleased with that. That 25 centimetre or so distance from the fence means it doesn't actually hit the fence, which is great. Means you can potentially leave it running all night if you want to. And at this edge, looks like it's doing right up to the edge, but it doesn't fall off. So that's good news too. So what's the verdict, Finn?
A bubble.
Yeah, bubbles. Say 100% success.
A bubble.
Apart from these little guys that I just don't understand. It doesn't seem to bite through the wire, and when you strip the wire back it still doesn't make a good connection. But, you know, apart from that, pretty easy fix and all good in the end.